Guys, welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars 2016 set review. Guys, this is a much anticipated set since we first got the Force Awakens LEGO sets last September. So this is very awesome. It is the Resistance X-Wing Starfighter. It's ages 8 to 14, 75149 is the number, and it has 740 pieces. I believe this set though does retail. It's either $79.99 or $89.99. I'm pretty sure it's $80 bucks. I'm pretty positive about that, which is pretty pricey. It actually might be 70. I really need to check that price. I'll let you guys know at the end of the video or down in the description actually if you want to check out the official price. But it is a little on the pricey side. But this is, like I said, a much anticipated set. After we got Poe's X-Wing Starfighter, saw The Force Awakens, a lot of us really wanted a regular X-Wing. But here's the thing, I understand why they made it gray, but I really would have liked it if they made it white. The reason why I think they made it gray is because there's so much like gray battle damage. Like when the battle damage to the white makes the X-Wing look gray. So I get that, but I don't know. I feel like it should have been white and blue. I really think it should have. Because usually when you think X-Wing, it's usually white. So I don't know. I'm a little iffy about that. So yeah. Alright, so you get a big instruction manual and a fancy plastic bag. No cardboard in this though, but it seems to be pretty flat. And then your stickers are in that. Alright, let's see. 5 bags in the set. So, you know what's funny about this set is about 99% sure it's like a complete exact copy of Poe's X-Wing Starfighter. I have it over there, so I will compare them at the end of the video to see just exactly how exact they are to each other. So this should be interesting. I'm really looking forward to getting Lor Santaka, I think that's how you say his name. So that's an exclusive figure to this set, which is nice. We get the Flame Trooper, First Order Flame Trooper again. So that's also exciting. And then of course Poe Dameron without his like resistance fighter thing going on. That's also cool. Alright, enough of me spilling about the set. Let's build this. Alright guys, so taking a look at the X-Wing fighter. This is a pretty anticipated set, honestly, so very exciting that we have it now. So first off, I do want to say this is an exact build of Poe's X-Wing Starfighter, the orange and black one we got back in September of 2015. It's literally exact, and I'll show that later in the video. So, you know, keep that in mind when I show you all of this, because all the features are the exact same as Poe's. So yeah, alright, now what is different is definitely the minifigures other than the color of the X-Wing. So we'll get started with the Flamethrower Trooper here. Nothing new with him, he's the same one you get in the First Order Transporter. Take the head off. Very cool looking. I'm gonna go ahead and actually show you the back. Oh, there goes the head. Poor little guy. That's the back printing. And then this is how the backpack is made. And he's got the little flame gun going on here. Put his little head back on. Helmet, there we go. He's ready to burn people alive. Good Stormtrooper. I bet your colleagues really appreciate your work. Alright, on to Lor Santaka, I believe is how you say his name. Very great figure, and glad we do get him. So I believe he has a double-sided face, which he does. That's his face when Kylo Ren kills him. Oh, spoiler alert! But if you didn't know that, you hadn't seen Star Wars The Force Awakens. And if you haven't seen Star Wars The Force Awakens, why haven't you watched this? Why are you watching this video right now? Seriously. Okay. Continuing. Very nice detail. Looks good. Alright. Good figure. Moving on. We got Poe Dameron right here in his famous jacket that Finn basically steals. So this is actually a new thing because his jacket's open in this. That's his face. Double-sided face. He's got the Superman hair going on here because, you know, Poe Dameron, he's secretly Superman. Nah, seriously though. Looks good. Good figure. Nice blaster pistol. Something I didn't know, you actually get a helmet with this, so you can actually take his fancy little hair off and put the helmet on. So this is what the helmet looks like, and this is a different helmet than the one you get in Poe's X-Wing Starfighter, which is interesting. This is a blue version of his helmet, basically. Very nice details. Alright, so we'll just leave his hair right there. And here is BB-8 himself. You guys have probably seen him quite a bit at this point. Same old BB-8, comes apart. Don't think I need to go much more into it. Alright, so before we get to the X-Wing, you do get this little, I don't know what this is. Obviously this is like part of the town, or I don't know if that was even a town. Was it like a campsite basically? I don't know. But you can flip this down and let it burn. Burn, baby, burn! No, seriously though, it's kind of neat. So, you know, you can have them burning down what looks to be a radio tower of some sort. I really don't know. And you got a shovel. That's kind of cool. You got a shovel. You can whack Poe with it. Oh yeah. BB-8's gonna just rip out a shovel. You know, is BB-8 just rocking the shovel. No. Not happening. BB-8's too nice and adorable for that to happen. For him to go evil. Alright, enough of that silliness. Let's get on to the X-Wing. Alright, so the X-Wing itself, I'm literally not kidding you guys, it is the same exact. If you saw my Poe X-Wing Starfighter, you can just stop right now because it is the exact same except for one thing, and it's on the back right here. Other than the color change, the only difference is you can pull out this little engine part right here, and that's about it. So you got a little Gonk droid printed tile right here, and this just slides in like that, and that's it. So that means everything else works the same. So the wings close like that. It's just a one-trick thing. Pretty nice. You got flicks on each side. Don't really need to flick them or push them or whatever because there's no point. On both sides right here, there's the little, you know, these little stud blaster things. Open the cockpit up and you will see. I have to zoom in. There we go. You'll see there's a control panel right there. And then on the underside of it, you have a foldable thing like that, and then you have two little feet right here that are just stationary, and we can close that back up, open that, and our X-Wing will go flying off into the distance to blow up Star Killer Base. And if you didn't know that, you haven't seen The Force Awakens, and if you haven't seen The Force Awakens, there's something wrong with you. I'm just kidding. But seriously, if you haven't seen that movie, seriously, I don't know why you're watching this YouTube video. Alright, well, that's it, guys. That is the X-Wing Starfighter. It's the exact same as Poe's, except for that one little change. No point really showing too much else. It's literally just, the stickers are all the same. It's just a color difference of going to gray and blue versus the orange and black. So there you go. That is the X-Wing, guys. So we'll get on to the in-depth. All right, guys. So after taking an in-depth look at the X-Wing Starfighter, okay, I didn't realize, I knew this and Poe's X-Wing Starfighter were very similar, and I knew they would be pretty close to each other. I didn't realize it would be literally the exact same. Like, okay, this is Poe's X-Wing Starfighter. If I put them side by side, like this, they are exactly the same, perfectly, in every way, except for like a few pieces. Like this piece is a different type of, like this piece. But everything else is just, the only difference has been color changed. Like everything, the same stickers, the same mechanics and stuff. Nothing really big has been changed whatsoever. The only big thing really is the fact that the engine on the back of this one pulls out and this one doesn't. That's it. Everything else, when I flip it over, they're the exact same. So, I mean, this must have been the easiest thing for LEGO to do. All they had to do is put this in their computer program. Oh, let's just change the colors around. Oh, swap those pieces. Done. And they even use the same windshield piece. Now, is this such a big deal? Not really, considering they're the same X-Wing in the movie other than color change. It's the same way in the movie as it is really with the LEGO set. So I understand why they did this. I would have thought, though, they maybe would have changed a couple things around. Maybe they thought, oh, we could have done maybe the wing a little bit better and edited that on this wing. So, you know, I'm just really surprised they didn't change really anything. I'm looking at the cockpit right now. There's a little different joystick handle, but just minor, very, very, very minor changes. Nothing huge for the most part. It's the exact same. I just find that really funny and entertaining, honestly. But does look really cool when you have these two. I'll probably eventually buy a second one. Probably when this goes on sale, because I did look at the price. It is $80 for this set, which is pretty expensive. It's not horribly overpriced for 740 pieces. So I'm not going to complain about the price too much. I do think you should wait for at least this set to drop to around $70 or $60. If you can wait for the price to drop a little bit, because at this point of this review, which is late May of 2016, a lot of the first Force Awakens sets that a lot of people said that wouldn't be marked down for at least until the Christmas coming up this year, I've already been marked down significantly. Like, I can buy a first order transporter for like 60 bucks now instead of $90. So the price will drop a lot faster than a lot of people predict these things do. So if you can wait literally just a couple months, you can save about $10, $20. If you can't wait and really want this, I'm not going to say it's a bad idea, but I'm saying you could just wait a little bit and save some money. Just my personal suggestion. Now, the figures are great. Love that we get Lor Santaka, really awesome. It's nice to get another flamethrower trooper. I would have liked a regular stormtrooper, actually, like 2 regular stormtroopers for the price of $80. I really think you could throw in some other figures. I don't remember, I think Poe's X-Wing Starfighter had 2 pilots, Poe and 1 other extra pilot, I think. And then there was the mechanic guy and then BB-8. So that would be about the same amount of figures this set has. And I think that Poe's was $80 too. But it would have been nice if they threw in 2 extra figures, but you know, they're literally doing kind of a copycat thing with Poe's X-Wing Starfighter. So do I recommend this set? Absolutely. I love it. I still think it should be white though. I understand why they made it gray, but I still think it should have been white. I think that would have been much more, it would stand out quite a bit more than this gray version does. I still think a white one would have been much cooler looking. Even though like I was telling you in the beginning, it's probably because of the battle damage, it looks more gray because of that. The white's been peeled off on the actual model that they made for Force Awakens, so I get that, why they made it more gray, or why they went with gray instead of going with white. But like I said, I think the white one would have looked cooler even if it wasn't accurate. Of course, it has that same, you know, function of just, you know, doing that. And you can fly the X-Wing. It's something else to, you know, play with an X-Wing, especially when you've seen The Force Awakens. That's pretty cool. So, awesome set. So, very iconic, especially given how The Force Awakens utilized the X-Wings. It's important to get this set if you're a big Star Wars fan. So yeah, that's about pretty much, I have everything to say. Great minifigures, love this set. I do find it really funny that it's an exact copy of Poe's. And that's not a, maybe to some people that's a big deal that Lego got lazy and didn't change something. But I kind of get it because they're the same in the movie too, so I get why they did this. But, you know, just something to point out to you guys, I guess. So, there you go. The Resistance X-Wing Fighter. That's going to be it, guys. Like I said, I definitely recommend it if you can wait. And I say this with a lot of sets unless they're a really good price. If you can wait a little bit, a couple months, probably getting closer to Christmas time, you're going to get a good deal for like maybe $60 for this set instead. So if you can wait, I'd suggest doing that. If you can't wait, I still think you're going to get a good set. That's my final thoughts. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in another LEGO Star Wars review. Hope you guys have a great and wonderful day. Bye-bye.